We're back. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Life Barbells and BS. I'm Claudia. This is Chris. And we're both struggling today, I think. I know I am.
It's been a long week.
Yeah. But, so, what are we going to talk about tonight? Because I know we had some ideas. We tossed around a few things, but
I think we narrowed it down to if it sounds too good to be true, it is.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You had some ideas about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think
There was something that you kind of
there's something every day.
zeroed in on.
There's something every day, right? That it surprises you that
People fall for it.
right.
Yeah,
You're like, I can't believe that people keep falling for this.
and that it
nonsense.
sells.
Yeah, so it's lotions, potions, pills, snake oil, equipment, machines, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I've got some stories that are hilarious, but so it's like starting to pick a few of them, and this one's more of an education thing, right? So if maybe that you've never heard. One of the things that was brought up recently is electrical stimulation belts. So,
You mean the ones that, like, you lay on your couch, you put on your abs, and you have instantaneous abs?
right.
Yes.
So
Watching TV.
And one of the things I've heard recently is that, and this is usually from old school people. Old school people will say, and I heard it twice. Well, Bruce Lee did it. Sure.
Okay.
You know, that's how he became as strong and dynamic and ridiculously skilled.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody paid him.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, just like people are paying people now to do those things. So, and it's one thing to understand if you have electrical stimulation that is applied to your muscles, that you do have an isometric contraction, the muscle is working. There's some validity to that. But when you go as far, this is a local business, I'm not going to mention names today, but this is a local business that is promoting that type of thing, that it burns body fat. So you hook yourself up to this machine, it applies electrical stimulation, and you're burning body fat. There is no physiological, biological evidence for that whatsoever. It is a lie.
Right.
So what we're trying to, I guess the whole basis or the foundation of this is when people are desperate. When you're desperate, when you don't know how to do something, when you have tried everything and you want to lose weight, and you're desperate to lose weight or build muscle or whatever the case may be.
Well, I think a lot of people want the quick fix.
Well,
Look,
Yeah,
they
I
don't
mean,
want
yeah.
the long term. They don't
Right.
want this. I don't want it to take me 6 months. I don't want it to take me a year. I want it to be fit and look like I have lifted weights my whole life in 30 days.
right. And I think it's easy for us to make some assumptions. So if I came to you and I said, I have a program and it is guaranteed. Okay, that word right there, guarantee, that should be your first red flag. Guaranteed 30 pounds in 30 days.
Right.
But what's the disclaimer after every commercial, after everything that you see? These results are not typical, right?
Right. What they also tell you is with diet and exercise.
Right. Most of the time.
Right.
Most of the time.
No. They'll tell you, like,
Yeah.
it'll say something like, wear this belt, and then also continue it with proper diet and exercise.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So more than likely, it's the cleaning up of your diet and the exercise that's working, and not the gimmick that they just sold you.
It always is.
And,
Yeah.
but people don't realize that. They think it was the gimmick that worked because they want to believe that they didn't waste their money.
Right.
So,
So what are another keyword? So if I'm a consumer, and we're talking specifically weight loss, fat loss. What's another trigger word that I might look for to know stay away? So we got guarantee. There's a red flag. 30 pounds in 30 days, red flag. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. but not for the average person without taking some type of
Extreme measure.
extreme measure, pharmaceuticals, something like that. Starving yourself, something unhealthy.
Right.
Right. The other one that I thought of was secret.
Oh, yeah.
If a business uses the word secret in the name of their business, you should run as fast and as far away as you possibly can. But people are flooding to these businesses secrets for fat loss. Secret. I'm not going to give the full name.
But they're not okay. And
But in the commercial, it says no exercise required, no significant change in your eating habits, no pharmaceuticals. We'll develop a plan specifically for you. Now, you just said they don't have to exercise. You just didn't. You just said
don't
that
have to
there's
change
no.
their eating.
And a pound of body fat a day. Absolutely. I don't even care if you.
How would they even measure something like that?
Right. I don't even care if you take extreme measures.
That's
We're
impossible.
bodybuilders.
That's
and
impossible.
we understand what extreme is.
Yes.
We absolutely know what extreme is. We can't lose a pound of body fat a day, no matter what we were to consume.
Right.
It can't be done.
Yeah.
But people are so desperate that they'll go give these people money. And again, if anybody's reading between the lines, there's always an open invitation for any employee or owner of that business to come sit with us and have a conversation.
Well, they also put that they're a medical based.
yeah, they
business.
said no pharmaceuticals.
No, right. But they're a medical based business. Well, if they're a medical based business, it must be legit.
Right, of course.
So that's why
Yeah.
they feel that it's safe,
right.
and they're doing it the right way, and they must have knowledge of something that hasn't been released.
That's a good point. That's a good point. How many pharma supplement companies do we know with the letters RX
Right.
or MD? I can think of two monster ones right now.
Right.
I'm not going to say the name, but one's RX and one's MD. So you immediately think medical.
Yes.
You think legit, and it's got to be good stuff.
Right.
So guaranteed secrets. There is no secret. There's never a guarantee. The only guarantee is if you are willing to put in the work, control, have some willpower, have some discipline, stick to a diet, stick to an eating plan long enough, consistently long enough to start to see the results.
What's the old saying that we have to follow? Trust
Trust the
the
process.
process. And to put that in like how it is in the bodybuilding world when people are saying trust the process. You know, instantaneous doesn't work. Instantaneous is not doesn't work. Instantaneous is not going to happen. Okay? And trusting that process when you're feeling like this is taking forever. This isn't working. Hang in there, because it will.
That's
And
one
all
of
of
the-
a sudden, you won't even notice it first. Other
Right.
people will. Usually it's other people that notice it first.
Yeah.
And then you notice it. Look at you were going to say something.
Well, I was going to say that's one of the things I love about what you tell your clients is that 80-20 rule.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you stick to the process 80% of the time,
Yes.
you're going to win. So look at over the course of 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a plan and you stick to that plan 80% of the time, at the end of 6 months, there will be a transformation.
Yes.
The question is, are you willing to trust the process for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, depending on how much weight you
Lifelong.
have to lose? Well, yeah.
Lifelong.
It may take you 18 months to 24 months to get, let's just say you have a specific weight loss goal. Let's say that goal is 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It may take you 2 years. Right?
Or then some. Absolutely.
So it's following that 80-20 rule consistently.
Mm-hmm.
That means 20% of the time you can have
Live your life.
5 guys.
Yeah. And I tell them, I'm like, live your life.
Yeah.
If you're at a birthday party, have some cake.
Yeah.
Don't eat the whole cake, but have a piece of cake. you know, you're out with friends, you know, you're at a Mexican restaurant, have at it. Live your life.
Yeah.
But realize that, you know, it's you fall back into the clean routine come next day. And you keep with that, you know, most of the time you're going to be clean eating.
Right. Well, here's another point. That's one of the things we decided when before we started to do this. We said that we were not going to, even if the opportunity presents itself, we're not going to sell a product.
No.
We're not here to sell you a supplement. We're not here to tell you, no, we take this, or we weren't going to do that. We were going to give you information.
I don't mind telling people what I take.
Yeah.
So long as they know that I am not promoting that particular product to them to say, you should do the same.
Right. In other words, if you take this or purchase this, I'll benefit from it. That's what we were trying to prevent.
Yeah, I'm not working for them. I get nothing from them.
Yeah.
This is my choice of what I do. If they jump on the bandwagon and want to do that, that's fine. But I'm not. No,
And
I'm
so
not
that's-
getting anything from them.
And I think that's one of the ways we wanted to build our credibility. So we build credibility. It's like we have nothing to gain here financially. The only thing we may have to gain financially is if we give you enough information, you reach out and you decide to hire us as a coach or whatever. But not benefiting from a product. And I say that because there's so many people out there, and it's so disingenuous, it's so dishonest, and I know several people who do this. I've had the conversations. So here's product X. It's this magical product that you take that does all these amazing things, right? So on the backside, I'm making $30,000-$40,000 a month. Because let's talk about some of these are multi-level marketing companies, pyramids, whatever you want to call them, right? Network marketing, whatever the new buzzword is. So I'm an experienced fitness guy. I don't think this is going off the reservation too much here, because this applies to what we're talking about.
It's too good to be true.
Well, yeah, it is. So if I'm a fitness person, let's say I've been in the fitness world for 25, 30 years, I know exactly how to manipulate my body. If I need to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, I can. It might be a little challenging, but I can get it done. I know how my body works. I know what to do to make that happen. So what I tell you is that if you take this product, then you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And then you say, I'm going to go on this challenge with you, right? So we're going to do a 30-day challenge, right? And I'm going to show you how this can be done. Now, you order this kit, you order this product, you order this lotion, potion, pill, snake oil, whatever it is you're taking. We're going to go on this challenge together. Now, I start killing it. And all these people are looking, wow, it must work. Oh, but what's the catch? The person who's selling that product is taking a lot more
Than just the product.
and I know this for a fact. That is the definition of absolute highway robbery, dishonesty, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I agree.
If I run a business and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that, let's say I have a store, and in that store are 300 products that have to do with weight loss, muscle building, whatever. And I know for a fact going in that 90% of those products
Don't work.
do not work. They're not going to boost your testosterone. They're not going to go in and magically target fat. And you're not going to wake up tomorrow 5 pounds lighter. Now, they may suppress your appetite. They may raise your body temperature, thermogenic effect, but by themselves, they do nothing. I'm going to give you carnitine, tell you that it burns body fat, and I'm going to sell it by the truckload. So I know that 90% of the products that I'm selling don't work. I'm automatically going in business banking that I'm going to make my living off of lying to the consumers. There's no gray area.
Right.
I'm taking your money based on a lie, and I know it's a lie. But the consumer doesn't know any better. And that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on that most people who walk through my door don't know any better. I'm perceived as the expert, and they're going to do exactly what I tell them to do and
Because-
buy what I tell them to buy.
And they think they're going to look like you.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is what. Okay, do you remember? I don't know if people even really read magazines anymore, but a lot of fitness magazines, and on the cover, and how the men or women looked, and the fitness models and this and that. And keep in mind that was their job. Okay, to work out, and they worked out hard, and they were selling. They were selling, like you said, like products or these meal plan or something, and you can look like me. And the pictures were also, what's the word I'm looking for? That you, like the
Enhanced.
yes.
Yeah.
So it was an impossible goal for people, but they thought that, well, if they're doing it and they look like that,
Well, it's been around for
all the right.
70. Well,
And I mean, I
50
will
years.
admit that I fell for that stuff.
Well, it's 50 years. It's the old magazines that had the muscle guy on the beach kicking sand in the face of the skinny guy.
Okay, now
That was the big ad. That was
Okay.
like back in the 60s. So you'd have this commercial, and this big bodybuilder, he's walking down the beach, and he kicks sand in this little scrawny guy, and the little scrawny guy starts taking vitamins, or he starts using the bar bender, and now he's the big bodybuilder guy, and he goes back and kicks the butt of the guy. That was back in the 1960s.
Okay.
It was in all the muscle and fitness magazines and whatever muscle builder magazines.
I
way
wasn't
back
alive
then.
in the 60s. So anyway.
Yes, you were.
I was not. I was not.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Anyway,
Well, you were close enough.
I was not alive in the 60s.
They still existed in the 70s. So, crap. Okay. I was
So-
alive in the 60s.
All right. But regardless, is that it preys on people's
Lack of knowledge.
lack of, yeah, exactly. Perfectly said.
Yeah,
And,
so-
and they don't want to have to do nobody wants to research anything. They just want it, they want to believe what they're seeing. They look at you or they look at me and they're like, well, and I've had clients say this to me. Well, how long before I can look like you?
About 30 years.
That's what I tell them. And then they have
too
this
long.
look on their face.
Not
You
too
should see
long.
the look on their face.
Just 3 decades of your life.
Like, wait a minute, I thought it was going to be like 6 months.
Yeah.
I wish it was that fast, but no, unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah. I think so. When you hear the word ignorant, what do you think of? What is that?
Just
does that
lack of
sound-
knowledge.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean stupid.
No,
It doesn't
no,
mean
no,
dumb.
no. Mm-hmm.
It literally means lack of knowledge. So you've got a consumer base that is ignorant about this massive multi-billion-dollar a year industry that is constantly bombarding you with nonsense.
Right.
One of the most popular ones out there.
Well, look at all
Yeah.
this stuff on TikTok.
Oh man, it's huge.
It's flooded with all this
Facebook,
stuff.
Instagram, TikTok, nonstop. Take this product.
Do this
know.
exercise.
Yeah.
Take this product. Drink this magic potion.
Right.
And by tomorrow, you're going to look like, give me a Marvel.
Captain America.
There you go.
I say that because one of my clients said he wanted to look like Captain America. Okay.
I'm going to try and figure out which one it is. All right,
He's
go ahead.
actually getting there. I'm like, you're
Really?
pretty close. Yeah, he's getting kind of jacked.
It's got to be the one that's getting ready.
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one he borrowed a drill from.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that surprises me.
Yeah. So here's another question. We talk about consumers being confused. Is part of the confusion coming from, here's a loaded question. Is part of the confusion coming from the medical community?
Absolutely.
In what way?
Because they're putting it out that it's guaranteed. They're putting it out that if we're going in the same direction here.
I'm specifically talking medical doctors.
Oh. Yes. Well, yes.
When it
Okay,
comes,
so- okay,
Let
here's
me be
my-
more specific.
Okay.
When we're specifically talking about nutrition,
Do doctors even talk about nutrition?
yes, they do. Number one here, and this is one of the
Most of the
recent-
doctors I know of don't even know anything about nutrition.
Most of the ones I know and have known and have clients give me feedback are they pretend like they have a lot of knowledge. Here's one. Don't eat too much protein because it's bad for your kidneys. Absolutely 100% not true.
Yep, right, it's
None.
false.
No, absolutely false.
Yes.
So what we're dealing with is, you're an expert in your field, but just because you sat through a 1 hour lecture on nutrition during medical school does not make you an expert on nutrition. And so what they follow the Food and Drug Administration guidelines, right? So if I'm a registered dietitian, a lot of people will say, well, I don't want to take advice from a personal trainer nutrition-wise because you're not a registered dietitian. So let's talk about that for a minute. What guidelines does a registered dietitian have to follow?
FDA.
The FDA. Now,
And they approve cigarettes. So be wary about what the FDA is okay with.
well, they also came out, in the last 6 months, they came out with these new guidelines listing foods on from 1 to 20, 1 to 25, something like that.
Okay.
The one being the healthiest food for you,
What was that?
kale.
Okay.
Okay.
So now what? So now kale's going to go flying off the shelves.
Okay, so I'll give them that. Okay, from
I'm not saying it's
micronutrients-
unhealthy,
Yes,
but it's not
okay.
the end all be all. But go ahead.
But here's the last one. Red meat. Kale's number 1, red meat's number 20 or 25, last. Now, do you know what is in the middle? Actually in the top 10 that is healthier than red meat? Frosted mini wheats. I'm not lying. You can check it.
Yeah.
You can check it for yourself. So you're telling me that frosted mini wheats are better than red meat because the FDA guidelines are based on an agenda.
Absolutely.
The registered dietitians have to follow those guidelines that are based on an agenda, so they're giving you very poor advice, i.e., look at what they serve patients in a hospital. Some of the most unhealthy food you've ever seen in your life. Because it follows the guidelines. Right? So you're being lied to, right? You're being misled, you're being lied to, you're being deceived, you're being upsold on things that you don't need. So what if you you're boring, but anyway, so no, I'm just kidding.
Thanks.
You're not. You live a pretty regimented life.
I do.
Yeah. So, but a normal person, if I eliminated all of my vices, you're not
How many
normal.
times are you going to insult me?
It's not, you're abnormal,
Wow, there's 3.
but in a good way.
Okay, try and backpedal.
You're
Whatever. You know
you're-
what? Just quit while you're
You're
ahead.
abnormal. I'm going to qualify this if you'll just give me a second.
Psh.
You live a regimented lifestyle. You're disciplined. You don't have a lot of vices that cost you money.
Oh, is this now my attributes that you're...
What? Okay. You don't go because you've educated yourself and you've spent so much time in this industry. You know what not to go waste your money on.
Yes,
Am I getting better?
you
Am
are.
I digging out? I'm slowly digging out.
You are.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to go another step up. So because you don't waste your money, you have extra money to invest in things that are legitimately beneficial. So let's take another person. So if I eliminate the supplements that I'm buying that are absolutely worthless, if I'm cutting out vices, trying to cut down on things that I know aren't good for me, if I'm not buying the next popular fad program that is using words like guaranteed and secret, if I literally go through and cut out all of these things that I think may work or somebody told me, but I may have the money to invest to hire somebody that's going to tell me the truth and coach me to accomplish my goals. So in order for me to make that point, I had to call you boring and abnormal. That's just the way I do.
That's all right.
You're
The bus ran over me about 8 times on this.
you're an easy target. Like sometimes I'm the target, so you can be the target every once in a while.
When have I thrown you under a bus?
I did throw you under the bus. I told you were disciplined, regimented. That's a compliment.
Okay, so you knocked me down and then tried to build me back up again.
Well, that's how growth happens. That's
Okay. Wait a minute. Is this the too good to be true shit?
oh goodness. But okay, so all
anyway.
of that to say, if you hire a coach,
Okay. Let's go into that too.
okay,
Just we're only going to spend a few minutes on that one.
okay,
Be careful of what you hire. Dear God, do your homework on that one too. There's people out there. Look, we keep it real. I tell people straight up, and I don't backpedal on anybody. Like, I don't, how do I put it? I stay true to my word. Do you know what I'm saying? If I say I'm going to do something, if, I'm helping them with their nutrition, I'm helping them with any aspect, I follow through. And there's a lot of coaches out there that don't.
yeah,
Okay, they kind of push you to the wayside. You're a number. You're
it took me a minute. Yeah,
okay. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I was
yeah.
seeing the
Yeah,
question marks above your head. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're a number. And with that being said, just and I know you don't do it. I don't treat any of my clients like a number. They have access to my phone. They can call me. They can text me. If I'm with another client, and I tell people, look, the only time I take a phone call during training, and I tell them, hey, stop for a second, it's my son. And my son very rarely ever calls me. So if he does, it's something that I think is important. Outside of that, but they can reach me pretty much, if they have questions, but I'm there for them, and that's what, that's what they need you for. It's not like, okay, I do have to draw the line. It can't be like 2 a.m., where they're blowing up my phone. But
I've had that.
so have I. And I actually had to put my phone on a sleep mode, but because it was getting out of hand. But outside of that, I mean, my clients know they can trust me, and they know that they can come to me with questions. If there's something I don't know, I will work hard to find out the answer. And a lot of coaches don't do that. So just know what you're getting into, know what you're hiring.
And with that said, and maybe I don't have to say this, because we work in an environment where there's multiple coaches, and in that environment there are some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just.
And if it isn't,
just one conversation I overheard today, it made me feel good because it was a certain personal trainer that actually was talking about going to an appointment with their client.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
look at that. That's somebody who cares. That's somebody who's following through and going the extra mile for their clients. And
Absolutely.
That's cool stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So there are good.
Because stuff like that, when you're pushing clients to the wayside and telling them basically, I don't have time for you.
Yeah.
I can't do this because I'm too busy. I'm too busy. No, I'm sorry, but that's unacceptable.
You're holding back. Oh,
I am.
for all you listeners out there, if you knew what was going on in their head right now. It's a very dark place.
It is. Don't unleash the Kraken. But
So-
anyway, yes.
so
So,
to-
going
to-
back to,
Yeah. So to wrap it up,
yeah.
there are people out there that are willing to answer your questions and help you and lead you down the path where you kind of start to educate yourself about these things.
And look, bottom line, quick fix never works. It
Never.
doesn't work.
No.
If you think it's going to happen fast, it's not going to happen fast. I mean, there was that, I think I sent you something. There was a bracelet you wear. The bracelet. Did you see that?
Yeah, there was a bracelet. Was a bracelet a necklace?
No, it was just a bracelet.
Oh, that led me to talking to you about the bracelet that, the electromagnetic things
Okay.
that make you strong. And
No.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
is you have excess skin from losing.
Oh yeah, and it just eliminates.
And it
all
eliminates-
by wearing a bracelet.
Yes, if you lost 200 pounds and you have just skin hanging off, it tightens up your skin. It'll, you'll lose more body fat and you'll gain muscle from wearing a bracelet.
How many do you think they sold?
I
I bet you they sold 1 million.
at least.
I don't know why we're hearing crickets. We're talking.
I know. The crickets are trying to jump
Our
in.
producers
Our
playing with
crickets are jumping.
the producers playing with the.
Yeah.
Or maybe my brain's working slow again. I think now I got what he might have been doing.
I know. Yeah.
But if
no
if
quick
the-
fix.
let's
There's
just
no
say the
quick
bracelet's
fix.
$9.99.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sell
how
a
much it
million
was.
of them. Well, I can disappear and go to Aruba and retire.
Yep.
Quit buying stupid.
Garbage.
Is there a button for poop? No.
Okay,
that's
that was
not-
drums.
Yeah. What do we need a bleep. Stop buying stupid bleep.
Yeah, is there a bleep?
Stop buying stupid programs, lotions, potions, pills, oils. Stop it.
Yeah.
And if you want to heal your gut, this is my question to an expert. I'm ignorant on the subject and I'm asking an expert. If I come to you and I'm just a beginner and I say that I heard that the first step that you need to take as my coach is you need to help me heal my gut. So, A, are you going to prescribe, not a good word, recommend that I take a supplement?
Negative.
Are you going to recommend that I go see a specialist about healing
Negative.
my gut? Or are you going to recommend that I clean up my diet of all processed foods, maybe even dairy, right? So I'm going to clean up processed foods, dairy, blah, 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 eat whole foods without any clean foods for a period of time to allow my gut to reset, maybe even a little bit of short-term intermittent fasting along the way to help my gut. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, which one? I mean, obviously we know which one it
Yeah. Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is. Personal trainers like to use a lot of fancy words. Right?
Hence my point
Yeah.
of the one I just made about coaches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are there instances where extra things are needed in order to get your digestion and gut health in check?
Well, it depends on if they have any medical issues.
Yeah. I mean, there's always,
Okay, eliminating serious medical issues.
Right.
Yeah.
are probiotics good for you? Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We know this, but you get my point. Be careful when trainers bombard you with a lot of fancy language. That's usually a red flag.
Yeah. Tell them to elaborate.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple in the beginning and go through the steps and then, yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stay away from the BS.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
There's a lot of BS out there.
Yeah. So, if you guys have any comments or questions about anything we talked about, hit us up. If there's a product or if there's something that you have seen, billboard, something, anywhere that you've seen. that-
Commercials on the radio.
Yeah, TV, radio, whatever that you have seen that you think that pertains to this podcast, send it to us. I want to see. Or tell us about it or how to find it, something like that. And I would love to see what other things are out there, because I'm sure there's stuff that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And because it's a multi-billion-dollar business to sell fitness stuff or sell weight loss or sell anything beauty related. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's hair care, skin care, whatever the case is. But especially they know that, and you think about it, it kind of all goes hand in hand. You talked about the FDA and their list, and a lot of things on their list are going to put you into, not maybe, kale won't do it and red meat, but what did you say? The frosted
mini wheats.
Frosted mini wheats. Okay. And I don't know what else was on this list. I haven't seen it. I'm going to have to look this up, but
There's a lot of cereal on it.
okay. And within saying that, guess what it's going to do? It's going to put you into a spot where people are going to be unhealthy, inflammation, weight gain.
So could it be possible that the FDA guidelines are designed to push you back toward the medical community so you'll be on pharmaceuticals?
Absolutely. Because it all goes full circle. So it's, it's FDA, it's FDA approved.
That's horrible.
It goes towards, and this is why I said about doctors.
I'm appalled.
A lot of doctors don't recommend exercising and eating healthy. They would rather push a pill on you.
Are governments lying to us?
Don't even go there.
Listen, I'm a
Look, that's a whole other podcast.
I believe everything the government tells me.
Yeah, sure.
That's why I'm a vegan. I just eat frosted mini wheats and kale. If I take local honey, I'm asking the expert. This is Ask the Expert Day. So local honey, multiple benefits.
Okay.
We all know. Right? Save the bees.
Not eating the whole jar.
Well, no, I'm not eating it. If I take and I spread it on saran wrap, and then I wrap my body in saran, will it get rid of my belly fat?
Oh, and sit in a tanning bed?
In the sauna.
There you go.
There's a place, I think this is where you go get wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of places where you get wrapped. There's a network marketing company that's based on a wrap.
Yeah. And you sweat off the pounds.
Yeah, you sweat off water weight, and then you go drink a
gallon
glass
of water.
And you gain it back again. Please, God, educate yourselves and quit wasting your money.
Yeah. But yes, it does. It all goes full circle.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. It's foods that are recommended.
Mm-hmm.
It's pharmaceuticals. And then, oh my gosh, I've got all this weight I have to lose. I can't lose weight. And then they jump into these medical-based corner businesses that are popping up on every corner.
Right.
And people are flooding it to lose weight.
And I think maybe we need to do an episode on making sure that we clarify some of the things because look, we all know that the medical community does a great job at saving lives. We're talking about...
You're talking in a hospital.
Yeah, we're talking about surgeons, brain surgeons, heart surgeons, pediatricians. Hey, we're not taking anything away from doctors. But if you're naive enough to think that you can't follow the money. So if it's obvious that you're being given really bad advice, and if you take that bad advice, it's going to lead you down a very unhealthy path, which is going to lead you to an unhealthy lifestyle and eventually in a doctor's office with things that weren't necessary for you to suffer from. Mm-hmm. It's time to wake up. And so maybe we need to spend some time just going through a couple of those things in another episode.
Okay.
Because we're not trashing the medical community by any means. But if it's BS, it's BS.
Right. Oh, I'll call BS. And it's, and the thing is, a lot of things they're prescribing to people for XYZ, whatever ailment that they're having, And then people are winding up with other ailments from the
Yeah.
prescription. So then they have to take this, and they got to take this, and this causes this. So I got to take this. So it leads to this spider web. And then I've had clients, when they're coming to me, well, here's what I'm taking, because I have to ask.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to tell me, but I do ask, what medications are you on? And some stuff I haven't heard of. I literally do my research, and I've looked up every single ingredient in their medication to see what it is, with a name that's this long, to see what it is and what it does. I've read reviews on it. I've done all kinds of stuff to see, okay, how is this affecting them? And then I go back to them and say, the issues that you're having, it's because you're taking this. And the issues that you're having is because you're taking this. And
So
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like a dark rabbit
we have
hole.
to we have to tread lightly because it's yeah.
So, but okay, so back to what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a whole
Yeah.
another episode on
I mean, we'll touch base on this again because my Lord, we can expand all night on that one.
that. Yeah. And please understand, and just in case somebody may have misunderstood what you just said, we don't give medical advice.
No.
We're not going to have a doctor prescribe medication and we're going to turn around and say, hey, you shouldn't be taking that medication.
No.
We
What I'm
would
telling
no
them is
longer
what
be-
the medication is doing.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's their choice to go back to their doctor or nurse practitioner, the doctor, whoever's writing the prescription, and say, hey, here's what I found out.
Because we know the side effects are
Because people don't do their research.
list of side effects that long. So
Right. And most people don't check it. They don't. If
we
the
hear
doctor
them on,
says
you hear them
they're
on
okay-
TV. It says, it tells you, you can die. It's always, and even death.
Right.
Well, bring it on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable diarrhea and maybe death. That's pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Close this out.
Give us some feedback. If you
Yeah,
have,
please.
look, I
Yeah.
mean, and it's just like always, you may disagree. There may be things that have worked for you. Maybe you know something that we
Maybe
don't.
you wore
about
that
somebody.
bracelet and it did exactly what it said it was
If
going to
that,
do.
I need proof. I need proof. Yeah.
I want to see documentation.
I need video proof. That,
Yes. I
Yeah,
want to see
that-
before pictures and then like every month thereafter in progress.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Gosh, there's one more.
Go ahead.
We'll leave with this and we'll just close it out. If you think for a minute that there is a product out there that exists in the wild, let's just say the wild. It could be the sea, it could be the mountains, it could be anywhere, that cures cancer, and you're headed down to any town in South Carolina to pay a lot of money to cure your cancer, you can't be helped. You're beyond help. But please try to reach out to somebody. The curing cancer thing pisses me off. That is the other definition of ripping people off. I had cancer, I ate kelp, and I don't have cancer anymore. Therefore, kelp cures cancer. Well, let me try some. It'll also help you sleep and shrink your prostate and make you regular in the bathroom and make your skin glow.
Yeah.
It's only $300 a bottle. 30-day supply.
I know.
Yeah, I want to talk to you too, whatever your name is. We'll buy you dinner. You can eat. You can sit here and eat it with your kelp while we ask you some questions. Starting to get good.
Yeah, I know.
We're getting bold now. Why not? BS is BS.
That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
You bet.
As always. And listen, here's the deal. When you go to the video on YouTube, like it takes like a tenth of a second like to click the like button. You know, because we have a lot of views and then we got like 2 likes. It's like,
Or hit dislike if you don't like
yeah,
it.
do something. Click some kind of button. Smash the like button.
You know,
So, I got
the
man,
thumb
you're
up,
supposed
the
to
thumb
do it.
down. Thumb up, down. Figure it
Yeah,
out.
do something.
But just,
Help us out.
Yeah.
It improves the algorithm. Is that true?
I don't know.
Help us. Yeah, that's something. Give us some love, some feedback.
And comment. I want some comments.
Yeah,
I want comments.
Don't be shy. We don't
Oh,
get
trust
our
me,
we
I
don't
don't-
get our
yeah.
feelings hurt easy.
No. We've heard it all.
Think.
Maybe we haven't.
No.
No, maybe we haven't.
careful.
Yeah, maybe we haven't. Yeah, okay. So
Right.
maybe, all right, so bring it on.
Yeah.
Tell me something I haven't heard.
All right.
Okay. Within reason. Wait, I don't want to. That's opening up a whole
You
can.
can't put parameters on it. Let it fly.
All right. Said Chris. All right.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Have
See
a
you
good
next
night.
time.